Against a big, heavy team, you play there, and it looked like you played them pretty even, though, especially 5-on-5.
Yeah.
So what was your observation? In terms
Yeah,
of
well, I thought we played a good hockey game. It's a tough team over there. I thought we went toe-to-toe with them.
Obviously, not getting a power play goal ends up
Yeah.
in that game. How concerned are you with it right now? I know you're missing a couple guys out that you might normally
Yeah.
use. How concerned are you with it? And what was the thinking behind, putting out that I guess that unit in the third period that was kind of like a mishmash of the two units?
Did you see the first two power plays?
Yeah.
What would you have done? There you go. It's just we had a good game. I don't want to get negative, but the power play, we're not getting any middle shots. We got to get a middle shot. Other than Trevor, our flanks can't. They're having a tough time making a play, and we're not using the middle of the ice. So it's been. I know the coach is a little frustrated, but it's been a broken record because we've practiced it, and it's for some reason when the pressure hits, we kind of lose our bearings. And it's just not one guy; it's everybody. But we got to keep grinding away. So it's not going to take away from our 5-on-5 play, because I thought we played well, but we have to fix it somehow. Maybe Risto coming back. I don't know Risto much if he can, but I know he has a hard shot. I think we need to take that and loosen it up.
You talked this morning a little bit about Vegas, and you said that they're a tough team, and they're a cup contender always kind of.
Yeah.
Do you take a lot of positives from this game because you
Oh, yeah.
go into overtime?
Yeah,
with them?
yeah. It's a little disappointing, obviously, how it ended. Sour taste, the play at the end and the power play. But other than that, yeah. Thought, we had some guys had some tough nights in it, but we hung in there. We had thought Murchison, for a young kid again, he looked poised out there. We had some guys, Jamie with the puck has some poise back there. There's some good stuff there. Thought some guys, you give some good efforts. And for the most part, we executed the game plan other than the specialty stuff, the overtime and the power play. That's when you got it. You need some guys to make a play. But other than that, I thought we had a good game.
You get a contribution from somebody who doesn't typically chip in, like Jules. What does that do for a team to look very good?
Yeah, no, we talked about that play too, that give and go with the defenseman on the flank, and great shot.
Going back to that third period power play,
Yeah.
my first thought when you pulled Tippett and Michkov off was that it was maybe trying to be a little bit safer. Was that not trying to avoid a rush the other way late in the game?
No, I just keep their line to maybe a little chemistry. They weren't doing much. We can pick each guy. I can name 10 guys. They didn't do anything. So you guys can write whatever story. Why is this guy not? It is what it is. We got to figure it out. So it's on us.
It did look like you crunched him up.
Who's that?
Carl crunched him up to play with Noah and Bobby Brink. He moved him off the fourth line.
Grunstrom? Yeah, because I thought he was. I liked his game. He didn't get. I think he played 3 minutes first. I said I would like. And plus, Casey and Bobby, I wanted to get they were going against either Marner or Eichel. So I thought Grunstrom would be better on that kind of matchup.
You stay with some of these better teams like Colorado,
Yeah.
Carolina. Is it a good learning experience just to know what it's like at the high end?
Yeah, no, we're hanging in. We just, like I said, there's plays to be made. We got, some guys got to make some plays under pressure. We're trying, and they're trying. But just got to keep digging away, and keep playing these pressure games. That's really what it comes down to.
You talk about the fact that you like the 5-on-5 play.
Yeah.
Is it just as much stylistic? Because that's a team that Vegas was a lot of times was playing their preferred game. They were playing a heavy game, and it just seemed like you guys were playing that game well as well.
Yeah, no, it's good that you can play those type of games. I thought, they're good on the walls and whatever. But I don't know how many they have. We kept them. What was the shots? 18. And we had 19. They had 20. It was one of those. It's a well-coached team. They block a lot of shots. But it's a good learning set for some of the young guys how to handle stuff on the wall and make a play and all that stuff. But like I said, no, I liked our game. We just got to, we need a couple of guys to be able to make those plays under pressure. And like I said, it's not one or two guys. It's about 8 or 9 of us that we got to keep digging in with them. That's really what it comes down to.
Did you like Christian Dvorak's response after being on the ice and playing a role in the turnover that led to the first Vegas goal? Yeah,
he was disappointed in that. We talked about that this morning. When there's no speed, you got to get in deep. Yeah, no, it was big. And it was that's a response we've been all year. Something bad happens and we've come back. Unfortunately, we couldn't get it to a shootout at least, but a couple of times, even when we had the puck, we were trying to a saucer play. you just got to manage the puck in 3-on-3. You got to have the, I think that's something that we got to keep talking about.
Do you think that maybe there's a little lack of aggressiveness in overtime because you guys know how well you do in shootouts? Like maybe we just get to the shootout.
I don't know. Maybe they in their subconscious in their mind, but not for us. I don't know. Somebody had a shot right. We had somebody had it was Sandy right in the middle of the ice, and we pass it. Like those are the things you just can't do. You got to take the shot. It's right there. He's got a hell of a shot. We're looking maybe too cute. I don't know, but we got to put our finger on it.
Connecting had the turner at the end. It's probably just like a play he probably typically makes, right?
Yeah, I just can't do that. You just pass the puck, give and go. But yeah, I mean, he probably feels bad. Yeah, can't make those turnovers.